Indonesia would like to become an advanced country, high-income country one day. So by 2024, our plan is to make Indonesia will be closer to the upper bound of the middle income level, meaning that our income per capita should be much more than what we have today. Probably we are aiming around 5,000 to 6,000 US dollar per capita. To achieve that goal, of course, number one, we need to reindustrialize our country. Currently, we only have 21% manufacturing contribution to GDP, and we need to make it close to the 30%. So we hope by that time, 2024, we are already on the range between 26 to 28%. Aside from the manufacturing, Indonesia needs to transform the economy not to depend too much on the natural resources. For the growth, I think we need to do extra effort. With the pattern of the 5% economic growth in the last 2 years, of course, we need to do something in order to accelerate the growth into 7%. Clearly, we need to increase the growth of investment, let's say above 6% or even 7%, and to maintain the export growth positively, especially around 5%. And then, of course, making sure our consumption growth will be at the so-called normal level at around 5%. Our prediction by 2045, with 5% growth annually, we will be at 7 or 8 largest economy in the world. In any scenario, regardless of this annual economic growth, both baseline as well as high scenario, by 100 years of our independence, Indonesia should be in the level of high-income country, in the top 10 largest economy in the world. We will also achieve almost zero poverty and then relatively low inequality. It will be a different pattern of the FDI in Indonesia. In the past, most of the US investors concentrated in the natural resources related investment. But to the future, US FDI should focus more on value-added creation based on manufacturing, and especially natural resource-based manufacturing and modern services. We know very well in those two areas, US have been quite advanced in the world, globally. So it means if you invest in those areas in Indonesia, then US will also help the competitiveness of Indonesia. We are really trying to attract more FDI in manufacturing. At one side, we need still labor-intensive manufacturing. But on the other side, in order to maintain competitiveness, we need to promote more, especially for FDI, natural resource-based manufacturing. Mining is still important, plantation is still important, but more importantly, how to create the value added and how to increase the contribution of manufacturing to the economy. Investment in infrastructure, in tourism, I think will be very much welcome, as well as all the facilities, all the supporting activities to support the tourism. The high-value service, including tourism, is another way of the US FDI coming to Indonesia. We give the opportunity for any US investor to invest in our infrastructure. It could be toll road, it could be power plant, it could be airport, seaport, maybe oil refinery, as well as natural gas transmission. I think we have given kind of openness, incentive also, including tax holiday, tax allowance, to attract FDI in manufacturing, and specifically basic manufacturing, natural resource-based manufacturing. When we look at the lower growth of investment than our expectation, I think number one will be more on the internal side. There are still some constraints regarding licensing, permits, land acquisition, as well as, of course, sometimes the local government attitude toward FDI. This become our president's priority, to making sure that there will be no more, or there will be not too much constraint for any FDI coming to Indonesia.